Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. That is our punch list for today. And this is the YouTube Yacht Project. If you're new to the channel, the YouTube Yacht Project is a steamboat themed and shaped rental cabin that my wife and I are building as we try to get into the vacation rental business. So we're pretty excited about it. The good news is we plan on pouring tomorrow, and we've actually got some help coming today, so I'm pretty excited about that. The only thing I know to do now is let's just get into it. Let's get started. And if you caught the last episode of the YouTube Yacht itself, we do other things like working for Dirt Perfect, and then just regular homestead projects like some micro logging and log arches and some fabrication stuff. You might want to check that out if you're interested. The last video we did on this, we had a small conundrum about what to do with the portholes in the bow. Well, we came up with a solution, so we're gonna get that knocked out today too, but that's not till here. I cannot wait to get to here. Let's start with this one. Now on the bow, we've got these 3 braces on the outside, same on the other side. If you guys have been keeping up with the series, you already know that, and you know that when we set up braces for ICF, these braces are meant to push the weight, not pull the weight back, which is why these are on the outside, because that wall has a slight outward lean for the bow shape of this ship. So I still got to drive some pins in here, and there's one other thing you always want to do to these braces before you pour ICF. This one's just a little stuck. Oh, that's better. If these have been sitting for a while, these are mono braces, and these have been sitting for a while because Mike's been using the plumb wall braces. Dirt, rust, grime, whatever will accumulate. It'll fall down this tube and it'll accumulate around the top of the threads. Now there is a weep hole there for that stuff to come out, but still there's that much there for stuff to gather on there, and it'll be enough to seize those threads up. Take that turnbuckle off, knock them upside down, knock all the crap out of them, lube that slide up, which when you're pouring doesn't really matter, but what does matter is making sure this turns free. And yeah, this one's got a little bend in the threads, but that'll be okay. You want to make sure, I mean, you should be able to turn these by hand. Like I said, you don't want to be fighting these things whenever you have concrete in the wall, so make sure they're 100% ready to go. This brace is 100% ready to go, and you guys noticed when you do take it off, you know, make sure the holes line up when you slide it back on. Would you expect anything less out of me? So here's a really good example I was talking about. These two, that one's fairly free, a little bit of lube on the threads, it'll be good. This one's really free, lube on the threads, it'll be good. This one, that one's really seized up. Oh God, here we go. Let's see if anything comes out of it. like I said, I'm gonna get the rest of these finished. I'll meet you guys back on the stern. Open all those pores. So my brother should be here any minute. My brother's coming to help me this morning, Tony. He's driving from about an hour away to come down and help out. And I'm pretty excited about it. I have a cut list over there for him on the 2x4s. He's gonna get the rest of the window straps, door straps, and the bow straps all cut up so we can get those put up. The next thing I'm gonna do, I wanna put, oh, there he is right now pulling up. Next thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna put a brace on each end of that. More for vertical support than anything. I just wanna make sure everything is really tied together on these ends. But before I do that, obviously, we gotta cap that. The whole house, that quote was $2,400. This guy's doing half of that for $950. Yeah, you can't beat that.
So I feel bad. I'll probably pay more than that.
What?
It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. Here's what we ended up with on this side. I just put a brace on the end, plywood, 2x4s wrapped around. I just put pressure on this. It's not crazy tight. It's enough to put pressure on the end cap, and it probably ought to provide a little bit of support as far as weight pushing down. There's not going to be a tremendous amount of weight out here on the end, but it's not going to hurt anything. Same thing on this side. Just like that. Beautiful. So those are both done. The braces on the outside are all pinned. Everything is lubed up, free and loose and ready to go. There's just one more step we've got to do to the braces on the bow before we can check that off the list. Because this part of the wall rolls out and it's not perfectly flat, we end up with this dead space behind the brace. So the last thing we got to do for the braces is go through and shim all these out. We're having tripod issues. That's fine. You guys are fine. Okay. All right, back to the time lapse. So we've got all that strapping on the bow now, and it looks, well, 50-50 shottish, and that's what we're aiming for. While I was finishing up these boards, Tony's been going around and spray foaming all the gaps. I think he's got everything on the outside, working his way around the inside now. The next thing we're going to do is knock out these portholes. Spray foam's pretty strong. Some people have asked about it. I'm pretty confident that'll support it.
Sorry. It makes for a very dramatic shot, though.
It's like having a real life YouTube commenter.
Yeah. There you go. You got it. Like a glove.
Yeah. Okay, so while I was putting those portholes in, Tony got those straps on and foamed up top. Those on foamed. Those straps on, same on the outside. And everything foamed up there. We are... Let's see, that's done. That's done. That's, oh yeah. Sewer line, penetration through the wall there. That's done. Portholes are done. Door straps are done. I still gotta do this. Braces are done. Mirrors are done if I'm using them. Who? I did not put that on there. So, window straps, rebar, pour. So Tony had to take off. It is getting, well, there's the sun setting over the ridge in the west. Getting a little late in the evening, but we just have a little bit left to do. But I will say, it is a huge thank you to Tony. If he didn't make it today to help out, there's no way this would be ready to pour by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, Tony, I really do appreciate it. Huge, huge thank you, man. Now, let's put some vertical rebar in. So I've got the vertical rebar in all the way around, and that is 100% ready to go. And I walked away from it just for a little bit, and I suggest this, I really do. Last thing before you pour, walk away from it for a second, get it out of your head, and then come back in and take another look at it, because you're gonna find a few things you're gonna miss. I do have just a little bit of time in the morning before concrete gets here, so what I like to do is go around with the Sharpie and just mark where I should have put a few straps. And that way in the morning, when I come out here, I won't forget anything. Look, I even staged screws here for this one. It's just a good way to not miss something. I'll get those marked, and I'll meet you guys in the morning. Chelsea's got some homemade bread pudding with bread she made from scratch, with eggs from our chickens and strawberries from our strawberry patch. And that sounds like a pretty good way to end the day. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I'll see you guys in the morning, which should be right now. If you listen real carefully, you can hear Dirt Perfect taking off in the background from the shop. He's supposed to come up and help pour this morning. So he's out early working so he can get up here, so that's awesome. And you see the sunrise coming up through the trees.
Hey man, I got the boots, I got the pants, I got the shirt.
I got some holes.
You just gotta know people. The last job we pumped, Sean comes up to me and he's like, have you seen the boat? He goes, you think it's gonna pour out okay?
What did he say?
I said, Sean, don't worry, we'll find out together.
Yeah. Pump truck's here. Mike's here. We're waiting on concrete. Rumor has it, man behind the scenes is on his way.
Yeah.
Man behind the scenes!
Like family reunion.
Oh my gosh! What's that gonna be on your channel? You put something on your channel too?
Yeah, because it's like a family reunion.
It is.
It's been so long.
It's
I thought, hey, I gotta have a little bit of this on my channel.
Okay, and then yeah, and then so you're gonna get. There you go. Yeah, we got him now.
Okay, I got it.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, bye-bye now.
That's Clint. That's the one that has the sawmill. Go let's borrow the sawmill. He's a mixer driver too, so it's always fun. Clint, Mike, and myself. Well, Clint and I used to work full-time for Dirt Perfect, pouring ICF. That's what we used to do. Clint left to drive a concrete truck. I left to become a fireman, and Mike stayed behind. Clint figured out what side of the concrete truck to be on, though. I'll say that. He made the right move. We gotta go.
Nailed it.
You want her to flop down, bud?
Huh?
You want her to flop down?
Yeah, we probably should. Just to be
Oh, we'll do her. We'll do her.
And it's Sean. You even got Sean here today?
We got Sean.
We got the whole crew, man.
This is it's like old times. It's like a reunion.
You gonna come out and help? Sure, man. I mean, I'll do it.
I told the people on the camera, he figured out what side of the truck to be on. You know what I mean? Hey, you poured a lot of boats before.
You know, surprisingly, this is my first one.
This is your first boat. That is a shocker.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I've been in a boat.
You've been. You guys are getting some golden stories here. But way back in the day, when Clint and I worked for Mike full time, we did a boat recovery. A guy sunk his ski boat off a dock. We went to Walmart, we picked up a bunch of twin air mattresses. We ratchet strapped the air mattresses to the boat, filled it with air, got it to the surface, threw a gasoline powered trash pump in the boat to get the rest of the water out, and then we paddled it down the river like a quarter mile to the boat ramp. I don't know. If we'd have had YouTube back in the day. This isn't...
That's how I do it, right?
This is a serious occasion.
It will be in a minute. I'll be serious for you.
Man behind the scenes is going to take the hose around the top. That means Mike or myself can be on the outside, one on the outside, one on the inside. Aaron can run it around. We're going to do 3 lifts. One person on the inside, one person on the outside. That way you can watch and see where things move. The number one concern that we had when we were talking about it is this joint, that joint, this joint right here where that radius starts. I don't have any strapping, and it's going to try to pull a little bit. We might have some bleed water come out. And listen, you're going to see bleed water all over this thing. There's no doubt about it. And hey, we may get a blowout. That's fine. Blowouts happen in ICF. You are talking about styrofoam and plastic. It's not the end of the world. The biggest thing is that we have stuff ready. We got the plywood out, saws out, hot batteries, impact screws. We got everything ready for a blowout if we have one. So we're going. The pump's primed. Clint's up there having a good time, getting some mud in there. The serious business is coming around the corner. Yes, sir.
Do you have
What?
screws and guns and just...
Screws. I literally just said that in this clip, that
Really?
you got to be ready for blowouts. With plywood, screws, hot batteries.
You had some good training over the years, didn't you?
You got this scaffold set up for a short man. I love
I
it.
did, man.
This is
I
perfect for concrete.
I even screwed the walk boards
Michelle
together.
never does this for me.
Usually
I'm holding the hose up here.
I'm hiring.
Or, hey, don't tell him. I might be interested.
So as we're pouring, I'll go along and feel where the concrete's at. When we get 2 courses high, I'll tell them to move on. Mike's on the outside watching. We're going nice and slow today. We're right here right now. Hear the difference in sound? Got this drill mounted vibrator. It'll help consolidate that concrete under that door. So the first truck is done. He left. We have about 2 courses all the way around and about 4 courses right in this section here, but we're a little nervous. It doesn't quite feel like halfway, so we're doing some quick figuring just for safety. Let's say we're down to 7 feet. Do some math and see what it's going to take to actually fill the rest of this. I don't know. I don't know if what we ordered is going to be enough. We ordered 18. Let me do some math real quick. I add up the length of the boat all the way around. And I take it times the height that we're estimating is left in the block, 7 feet, times 0.5, because it's a 6-inch wall, divided by 27. Now we do have this section right here to where his hose is stopped, but the concrete is up to that line there already. So it's gonna be close is the bottom line. It's gonna be real close. Second truck just pulled up. Keep doing this math. I'm fairly positive we're gonna run short. I'm fairly positive we're gonna be a couple yards short.
Did you redo your math?
I've never been good at math, Mike.
If I'm gonna be a betting man, I'm gonna go with yes.
Yeah, we're gonna be a couple yards short.
I'm gonna be optimistic and go with no.
I've never known you to be optimistic.
I'm gonna be today.
Okay, well, it's first time for me.
I'll let you know after this truck.
Oh, that's...
It's not my checkbook on the line today, so.
I mean, possibly. Possibly, you know?
Captain's busy up there helping Aaron, but we got the, I don't know, what's he calling this? The stern paddle wheel holder thingies. Those are all topped off. That went pretty smooth. We're heading down the wall here. Teamwork makes the dream work, guys.
He's up here wasting concrete like we got plenty to spare.
He didn't get the. We don't have good service here. He didn't get the memo.
He's asking about a camera.
Captain was telling Aaron they don't have to get it all the way to the top. If they're an inch or two low, it's not a big deal, because as he's explained before, that concrete floor will go across the top of there. It'll fill in any voids and imperfections. Made it to the brace. I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling so we don't risk missing catastrophic failure. This is gonna be the turning point. Wouldn't that be cool if that thing just unzipped like a zipper right now?
It would certainly help the views.
It would. That'd be a boat full of YouTube gold.
Yeah, that's good. You're good.
On the home stretch.
Oh, we got enough fuel.
This is the 18-yard question. Can we go the distance? Got around the bow there, everything went good. Kleeman's forms held awesome. Looks good. We got to adjust the walls a little bit. We are on the home stretch. Boys, we got to make it?
That is hopper worthy. I mean, we can tell that was a hopper, you know.
How deep are we there?
8 feet.
I think we all would have lost.
About 2 courses down.
I'm gonna shut him off.
Okay.
I think we all would have lost the bet if we were going to make it or not.
Pour the rest over the wall right now.
Don't waste the rock.
I'm glad I bet you 18 yards of concrete.
Captain, how much do you like us right now?
You're just like you got a good crew that didn't spill any.
Hey!
Hey!
That's Farmer Chris.
He says, how come you're not taking field time?
I got sidetracked.
All right.
Look at that, boys. Made it.
Like it?
Aaron's topping off this window real quick. That's why we do the 2x4, so we can top it off in case it doesn't flow all the way around. Doing it like a pro, because he is a pro. Mike's handing me rebar. And then we're going to wet set a bunch of rebar, like so. There he goes. So Mike's got his drone up there anyway. He's looking at the walls. We're trying to get them symmetrical. We need to take this one out just a little bit. Look at that, turn by hand. Now these aren't made for pulling, but since the way the concrete's on it, it should kind of come on its own. Is it moving in your picture?
A little bit.
I mean, it's moving in real life, so.
I think that's good, Kleeman. I wouldn't mess with you, but.
Okay. Pump truck is gone. Dirt perfect.
Later.
It's gone. Man behind the scenes. I'm glad we got to see you too. And I'm sure they're happy too. Thanks, man. I do appreciate it.
No problem, buddy.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone. And it's back to quiet. It's nice out here. It's beautiful out here. Absolutely beautiful out here. And we are one step closer to getting this thing finished. Definitely a long way to go, but this is a pretty big step. Everything held up really, really well. Even as far as bleed water coming out anywhere, we really didn't even have any bleed water come out much. It turned out nice. Our original vertical rebar sticks out about 3 or 4 inches, and then we added and wet set more rebar around the top side. Remember, this gets an ICF floor system as well, so that way we'll be directly tied into it. And you can see, you guys saw earlier when we put them in, but there are portholes. There's one there, obviously. And there's one on this side. Right there. Let me back up in the woods here and I'll show you a little bit further away shot. There you go. Looks great. Where I'm standing right now would be as if I'm standing on the finished floor level and I'm holding you at eye level, so that's perfect. Again, we're not putting those in for the view necessarily. It's more for the daylight aspect of it, just so there's some natural light down in the engine room, down in the hull of the ship. And on this side, I know some people will say, well, won't the dirt cover that one? You can see where the original grade is. It's right there, right in there. This section is built out, and that's so we can get a concrete truck up here. We use that for the footers, and we'll need that reach for the floor and the ICF floor. So that'll stay for the time being, but when it's all said and done, that all gets peeled back. The original slope comes in, and it'll come right about here. And there'll be a ditch down in here. They'll keep the water away, and then we'll have a dock that goes from the main level over to the parking area. So even though there won't be much of a view but dirt out here, it'll still let some natural light in and be well above any threat of groundwater washing into it. I can't make a video like this without thanking, one, my brother who came down yesterday. Couldn't have done it without you, Tony. I do appreciate it. Of course, man behind the scenes who is insanely busy but still found time to get down here. And the same for Dirt Perfect. This is prime dirt moving season. This is money making season for an excavation company, but he found the time to come up for a couple hours this morning and help me get concrete in the wall. Of course, Clint, the mixer truck driver, Stevie, and then Sean, the pump operator. Sean always does an awesome job. He's always who we had for pump operator whenever I worked for Mike full time, and he's typically who you see on the job site in Mike's videos. Sean does a great job, and it's just nice having that kind of experience and that kind of level-headedness on something like this. This is crazy. And the most amazing thing out of everything we've talked about is the fact that I have a wife, Chelsea, who supports this. If you guys don't have a significant other that supports the idea of building a concrete shaped boat in the middle of the woods, you're doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong. I'm a lucky, lucky man. Lucky man. I cannot stop looking at this thing. It's incredible. But we're gonna have to, because the video's over. That's it, we're done. Concrete's in the wall. I'm going to work for Dirt Perfect for the rest of the day and dig some trenching. The next video on Thursday will be using the Hyundai 85 HXA, muscling through some rock. I am battling some rock right now, trying to get electric trench in. It'll be a great video. The following Sunday, I'm doing a compilation video, or whatever you want to call it, from when we dug footers on this job, on this project. From when we dug footers to today, there will be a video. It'll be the same length as all my other videos. I just pulled clips from each one of those and put it into a compilation video. If you're new to the channel, it'll be a great way to get caught up. If you've been with the channel for a while, it'll be a great refresher. I'm really excited about it. I think it's turning out really, really great. So I hope you guys tune in for that. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. think it's pretty safe to assume if you're still watching the video after the end screen, you're a pretty loyal subscriber. And since it's because of you loyal subscribers and supporters of the channel that we can even do the YouTube Yacht, you guys know we're doing it with YouTube revenue, and that comes from you guys watching the videos and hitting the thumbs up and leaving the comments. Since you guys are the ones that are supporting this project, I'm definitely going to thank you big here. And we'll give you a little sneak peek of the project that Chelsea and I have been talking about. We bought some more property. Now there's 5.5 acres. It goes back that direction all the way to the forest line, just like our current property, and it's just a few acres down from where our current property is. So we're pretty excited about that. This kind of came up as a deal. We didn't really expect to do this, but the opportunity arose and we jumped on it and said, sure, let's do it. Now what we're really excited about is this. This is a pile of logs. There used to be a log cabin that sat on the other side of the road before they did the development up here. And the developer dragged the log cabin across here, disassembled the cabin, and the people that originally had this were going to reassemble the cabin. What you can't see is through that trees, there's a rotten down foundation that they were going to do it on. That was 5 years ago. Now, some of these logs, they weren't properly stored. They weren't intended to be stored outside this long. They thought they were going to jump on it pretty quick. Life had other plans, went the other direction for them. And some of them are a little worse for wear, and we won't be able to save all of them and rebuild the original cabin like it was. But we do have plans. The main purpose of this project and the property we bought here is it gives us something to do between YouTube revenue streams on the YouTube Yacht. That was a big chunk of change we just spent on that. That was 2 months worth of revenue we had to save up for that. And it's probably gonna be another month until we can do the next big step, which is backfill and the floor slab. So we've got some time to kill in between. With this project, there's a lot we can do with what we already have on hand, and we're pretty excited about it. It should make for some good videos. You guys know we're trying to start up the vacation rental business, so it's more property for us to build more rentals on, and a pretty unique opportunity with these old hand-hewn oak logs that have been on this hilltop for probably over a century. So anyway, that's my thanks to you guys. It's a little bit of a spoiler alert. Don't tell anybody, don't make any comments about it, don't say anything in the comment section. If people didn't stick around till after the end screen to see it, I don't want them to know about it yet because we haven't started on it yet. You can see how overgrown it is in this section. We haven't started yet, and I don't want anybody else to know about it except for the loyal subscribers. So if you stuck around this long, thank you. And I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one since you're there with all of them for us. I don't know. Words are getting hard to find at this point. I'm pretty tired. I am going to work for Mike though. So seriously, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.